Hello. Hope you're all having a good morning, good night, whatever time it is. This is Sun Mushy. Even I'm grown, you got to against us. I wanted to update you guys for some reason, cause well, I'll just explain the whole story. Getting up to this point, actually, I only have 14 minutes of space, and I wanted this to be a longer video. It's alright. No. Yeah. I'll go ahead and try and explain the whole story. So I went hiking, basically, with my brother, his girlfriend, and one of our friends, Andy, who's in town for the summer. It was really exciting. It was really cool. So the hike, it was going through like a creek. It was like kind of like a river, I guess. So a creek. And on our way descending, it was like really steep, so there was like a lot of ropes that were just like attached to trees that are just left there for hikers. And so we would like descend, climbing down. It was really fun. We ate some banh mi before we went, Vietnamese sandwiches, and coincidentally, so how it was is that my brother planned for himself, Andy, and his girlfriend Irene to go. And so today I found out this was the day they were going. I was like, can I go last minute? And they're like, yeah, but you know, we don't have a sandwich for you. I was like, that's okay. I get in the car and I'm looking in this bag full of banh mi, and I'm like, hey, I see 4 sandwiches. And they're like, yeah, Andrew got 2 for himself. But then Andrew was like, well, you know what, I guess you can have mine. And then so I'm not a vegetarian per se, but I like to eat vegetarian meals. And so the second sandwich, he got himself 2 veggie sandwiches just for some reason that day. Because, I mean, he's also not a vegetarian really. But, like, I guess he was just, like, feeling up for eating some vegetarian sandwiches that day. And I was like, wow, perfect. And so we both got a sandwich, and then we went hiking, went to the waterfall. It was really cool. At the waterfall, I meditated. It was like the clearest meditation I ever had. So like, it wasn't like, well, there was like visualizing and stuff, but it really was just a lot of clearing my mind. So there's not a whole lot to remember about it other than, that was peaceful. It was really nice. I picked up some messages from nature, which was like, just kind of like be careful. And then we got to the hiking, and I was like, oh, and I like wasn't at all. I just like slid down the hill pretty much, steep decline, whatever. It was really fun though. I was like, this is great. I just did a lot of climbing. I found a good walking stick, a staff. It was really nice. Yeah, so the whole day was great. We get back to town, we eat at some Hawaiian restaurant. I have some like lemongrass chicken thing. So like, if you get the vibe, it's like I'm not technically vegetarian, but you know, so like I like go back and forth. I'm like slowly cutting out meat, but I have to do it in a way where my body is nurtured. So like, yeah, I just have to take care of myself and slowly cycle out like meat and things like that. Pretty much just that. But yeah, I got home super tired. Watched an episode of One Piece with Andrew, Andy, and Irene. Then after that, I fell asleep and I woke up and it was like 11 at night. And I was like, whoa, I think I slept for like 4 or 5 hours. I don't know. Can't remember what time we got back to town. But like, oof, I just like slept in hella. And then Andrew came back, surprisingly with Andy. And I was like, wow, he's hanging out late. And then Caden, my other brother, and then a new One Piece episode came out around the time I woke up, so we all watched that episode. That was really cool. Played Mario Kart. Sorry, I was reaching for that. Played Mario Kart. It was really fun. Then I got on to Instagram and was looking at some inspirational posts, and then I listened to this guy's channel, Johan Winin TV. His latest video was Life and Spiritual Journey update, and pretty powerful stuff. And I was like listening to it, and I was like, wow, this guy really is persevering, is pretty much what I pick up on. And like doing a lot, and it feels like he's going through a lot. You know, I also like for my own videos, sometimes like I like sound like I'm like more like shooken up. So like maybe he just sounds shooken up because he's tired or something, but he sounds more or less like he's going through a pretty like he's been going through a lot. And so like I'm like, wow. As for me, I was pretty much like super high vibes for a lot of this night, but my dog was like panting heavily, and I went and laid down next to him, and I just realized like his lifespan is a lot shorter than I remember sometimes. So I just kind of got myself sad, realizing I'm gonna be going through loss a lot sooner than expected. Not necessarily just with Lucky, but my other dog Jack, who we had. And then we gave him away to across the street, the Gonzaleses. I talk about them a lot. I don't know if you guys recognize the term, the Gonzaleses, but they're hella cool. But yes, they have Jack, and I've had Jack. We got Jack when like I think when I was in like maybe like 1st grade. So I was like 7 back then or something. So like he's been like 14 years old now or something like that. And so like Lucky's 8. I think the lifespan for a border collie is like 8 to 13 years or something like that. So basically, I can just tell he's in a lot of pain, but right now it seems like he's doing a little better. But yeah, but before even thinking about my dogs, I was just like hearing a lot more about the shifts of the lunar eclipse. So I actually wanted to do a reading on the lunar eclipse. That's why I wanted more than just 14 minutes of storage space, because I want to talk about all this and then kind of get into a reading, and also kind of explain that's why the camera's towards me and not like at the cards, just because I wanted to talk first, and I don't want to go get my tripod over there, so I'm just going to leave the camera as is. I really needed that water. So yeah, I wanted to do a reading, not so much on like what are some like close things, but rather what are some big long-lasting shifts that are occurring from this lunar eclipse. So those are the questions I'm going to be asking. Wow, so that flipped out. Wow, and I got it as 10 of Swords reversed. So a lot of releasing pain, a lot of that. And like that's funny because like I'm so glad I didn't get this right side up. It really came out reversed. So I'm hearing if you're going through a painful situation, that cycle is coming to an end, and yeah, and that a lot of pain is being released. And if you've already released a lot of pain, then expect this to feel like bliss. Like expect this to feel even oof, you know? Just go ahead and listen to this. With all this money, but the only thing I want is you. And I saw this card. This is it's not necessarily a twin flame card. It's like my twin flame card. So this is kind of a little message for me right now. I'd rather just spend time with you. You could buy a house. And I have this hourglass. I guess that I can, but I've already got But I'm gonna continue the reading. I could buy you all the finest courses. And I love this song. It's almost over. Yeah, I do. We could take a vacation. We could go somewhere new. I would really like to spend time with this person whenever he's ready. Another one. Okay. Spirit, I want to stay on track with this reading. Okay, well, I'm hearing some major shifts coming in then is love. Messages of love from that person you're thinking of. But, one message, Spirit, one message about him, please. And not just about him, but like for all of you guys out there, for your guys' love interest or a person you are maybe in some sort of soul or wow, you guys didn't see it, but like this card like fluttered out is straight up the Lover's card. That's just too much. So it's just a good vibe for love. So if anyone's going through a hard time right now, or separation, or any sort of deal, love is coming in. If you're going through a breakup for some reason, new love is coming in. If you're in a relationship, then it sounds like a strengthening of that relationship and a release of any sort of like pains that were coming from past situations. Yeah. I'm hearing to think less and do more. That's just because of something I heard from Jesse Kalen 777. The way that he read the Four of Swords was like quiet your mind. So that's why I'm hearing think less, do more. That's a big thing coming up, I guess, with this lunar eclipse. You love me even when I fall apart. You always told me I was a piece of art. And that one slipped out. So I was hearing I'm supposed to take this one. Oh yeah, it just vibes hella. So I'm hearing putting yourself first, having your love to give, but also knowing that it's yours, and that you will share it, and then if someone and like you will share it and then give it back to yourself, if that makes sense. It's like you will give your love until you get love because you gave love. You know what I mean? It's like you're not expecting anything from another, you're just wanting to give love, and so you receive it kind of from yourself. So it's like putting yourself first. Okay. One more card from this deck. We have a bunch flutter out. Nope, just one. Nice. What is it? It is Two of Pentacles. This is a partnership. This is a coming together energy, the way I see it. But it's also really working in the material world, working with what you've got. Even when you're in a loop, a time where things feel the same, you are constantly working with that energy and moving yourself forward. Even though in the material world things may feel stagnant, spiritually with your actions you are still moving forward. You're like, okay, it's kind of like, you know, that whole like, oh, when you do the same thing over and over but expect a different result. It's kind of like that. You're like, okay, same thing, you're still in the same situation, but you are going to expect a different result. Call that insanity, call that what you will, but you are moving forward, and it's going to propel this infinite energy forward towards yourself and towards this love. So I don't have time for any more because I'm about to run out of storage space, but I hope these messages resonate. These are some major shifts coming on with the lunar eclipse. I'm going to do another reading pretty much about all of this, probably as soon as I get all these get this up there. So yeah, love and light, peace out.